rookie threw for a touchdown, ran for another as he led the Commanders to a 42-14 win over the Cards yesterday. And thanks to an Eagles loss, Washington now sits alone atop the NFC East at 3-1. Daniels has been on fire this season, completing 82% of his passes, the highest in the league this year and the best over any four-game span in NFL history. My goodness. Now, according to ESPN Bet, Daniels is the current favorite to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. All right, we got Tedy, Stephen A.
I would hope so.
And Shannon back here with us. Yeah, I think he's got a solid case. Shay, tell me this. Would you rather have Jayden Daniels on your team, obviously I'm looking at the NFC East, over a Dak Prescott or Jalen Hurts for the rest of the season?
Guys, y'all know I hate being a prisoner of the moment, but the way this young man is playing right now and the way Cliff Kingsbury is in his ear and dialing up the plays, you're absolutely right. I'm going to take him over anybody else in that division. The way he can just and I get it. Oh, that's a college offense, and it's very, very simplistic. Well, a lot more teams need to make their offense simplistic if it's going to cause their quarterback to play like this young man is playing. He's more mature than you would think. He had 55 career starts in college. I think that has a lot to do with it. And he has Cliff Kingsbury. No matter what you think about Cliff as a head coach, Stephen A. Bruschi, there's no denying his offensive mind and his ability to coach quarterbacks. You look at what he had. He had Johnny Football when he won the Heisman at A&M. He coached my homeboy. He had Kyler as his rookie season. There's no denying his ability to relate and to get on their levels and extract the best out of a quarterback. I absolutely right now would take Jayden Daniels over any other quarterback in that division, and I know there are a lot of veteran quarterbacks. Dak, Jalen Hurts. Oh, man, look here. Molly, I'll take you right now over Daniel Jones, so that ain't saying nothing.
Over Daniel Jones.
Settle down.
Listen, I can't believe this is happening 2 years in a row. 2 years in a row in terms of a rookie coming in.
Number 2 pick.
C.J. Stroud, the number 2 pick also, and then Jayden Daniels.
Yep.
Because it's obvious and just apparent how comfortable this kid is. I mean, the NFL's not too big for him. It's just like, it's happening again. This guy looks like he's going to be Offensive Rookie of the Year. Is it really early? Yes. And it's so early that I'd still go with Dak Prescott. If the question you're asking me, Molly, is in the NFC East, would you go with? I've just seen so much from Dak. And he's seen so much in terms of his Rolodex of coverages that he can refer back to and have that experience. I mean, even Dak, against the Ravens a couple weeks ago, coming back, he's just the same all the time. And I really appreciate that with Dak. And I still have to see more from Jayden in terms of a situation that I'd like to see how he reacts to. So
Tedy, you feel like, I'm sorry to cut you off, you feel like Dak's the same all the time, even including playoffs?
I'm just looking, are we talking rest of this season? We're not talking playoffs now with Cowboys now. I'm in a different, it's a different whole conversation with the playoffs.
Sure.
Okay.
There was an asterisk next to your statement.
We got the rest of the regular season here, Jayden or Dak. All right. I'd go with that experience with Dak. That's all I'm trying to say.
Gotcha.
Whole different show probably.
Yeah. I couldn't let that slide.
Go ahead,
Stephen A.
I'm rolling with Jayden Daniels.
Oh, man, I know.
First of all, I'm not rolling with a guy in Dak Prescott who's had 8 years to win a Super Bowl and can't even win more than 2 playoff games in 8 years. I'm not doing that. As far as I'm concerned, he's shown me what he is. He's elite during the regular season, far from it come postseason, and it is what it is. This brother brings me hope. Let's understand something. 82.1% completion percentage. I'm looking at these numbers right here. Over the 3-game winning streak, Tedy, Shay, this man has scored on 22 of 24 drives over the last 3 games. Over the last 3 games, 10 touchdowns, 10 field goals, excluding kneel downs. Okay, this is what Jayden Daniels is doing. I also get to take into account coaching because you see the Quinn that was the defensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys. I understand there was a Quinn that blew a 25-point lead in the Super Bowl against Tom Brady and them the Patriots. I get that part, but I also get the fact that he got a team to the Super Bowl as the head coach in Atlanta. Kind of knows what he's doing. So he's your head coach. Shannon, you just reminded me the other day about Cliff Kingsbury, because we all know how down I was on him as a head coach, because I never felt he deserved the job. He didn't do anything in college to deserve the head coaching job. He certainly didn't deserve to bypass a whole bunch of coordinators on the NFL level to get a head coaching job for the Arizona Cardinals. But we all know that as a coordinator, he can call some plays. We all know that he's cultivated relationships with quarterbacks, the Baker Mayfields, the Kyler Murrays of the world, etc. And that's gone a long way. Now he's doing it with Jayden Daniels, because Jayden Daniels is raved about the level of communication that they have with one another. So I don't get to just look at Daniels. I get to look at who his coach is. I get to look at who his offensive coordinator is. I get to look at the play calling. Then I get to look at, okay, the comparisons are warranted when you think about RG3, former number 2 overall pick. Obviously could run with the football just as effectively as he could throw the football. Had an injury history. Jayden Daniels had it at LSU, was taking a lot of unnecessary hits. They were wondering whether or not he was going to be able to do that. Was he going to put himself in those positions on the NFL level? That's not what he's doing. So he's being smart. He's running with the football. He's making plays with his legs. He's certainly making plays with his arms. We're looking at Washington be formidable. They could potentially win this division. I'm not picking them to do that yet, but they could potentially win this division. The way that this kid is playing and with the pieces he has around him, I like what I see.
There are so many,
I like
so
what I
much
see.
more for him to see
I feel
over
you on
the
that.
course of the season.
I feel you on that.
Are you projecting through playoff success?
I project.
All of this
Are you ready?
Okay.
What are we talking about here?
Going to
This
break.
is a rookie with a team.
Let me be very direct about I'm
it's a
projecting.
great start.
I'm projecting he's going to be better than Dak Prescott. That I'm projecting. Yes.
I mean, Tedy really is.
Yes.
Dallas will be there in the end. I mean,
What? In the end of what?
Tedy,
in the end of the season,
I
for
gotta
the
go to
division.
break.
For
How are
this
you going to do
division.
this
They're
right
going to
now?
have something to
you
say.
scared me for a second.
They're going to have
You
something
scared
to
me for
say
a second.
about who wins
when
this
you said
division.
the end, they're going to be there in the end. I thought you was talking like deep in the playoffs.
Are we talking regular season here? I am not talking playoffs right now.
Okay. All right. I almost caught a heart attack.
This division,
All right, go ahead.
Dallas will have to be answered to.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Dallas. Okay. All right. Dallas. It's going to be Philadelphia and Washington. It's going to. Dallas might not. Dallas may. They may miss the playoffs. Dallas might miss the playoffs. They may miss the playoffs, man. I'm trying to tell you.
So you're
For
higher,
now.
you're higher on Dallas than Philly?
For now, I'm high on Jayden. Yes, for now. I mean, they're through the course of a season. I'm just saying again, what he'll have to learn, and I mean, these defenses he'll have to see.
All right, we got to go to break.